If someone told me that I'd be living this life after my separation or divorce, I wouldn't have actually believed them. You know, when it first happened to me, I was so scared about what the future actually was going to look like. I worried about if anybody would ever love me again. I worried about if I'm too old or if I'm too fat or if I'm too something else. I had so many twos, it was unbelievable. You know, I just kept going back to if I was good enough, he wouldn't have left me. But, you know, reality is that he did him. You know, he did what made him happy. And, you know, he wasn't even thinking about me at that stage. So, you know, I did not know what was possible for myself. I just knew that I didn't want to stay stuck and I knew that I didn't want to be unhappy. But, you know, as far as in those early days of actually extrapolating that out and wondering what my future actually could be like, I think I was too fearful to even contemplate. But as time went on and when I made a decision that I want to heal and I want to grow and I want to not be miserable and I do want to have a beautiful new life, I do want to travel, I do want to do all of those things that we had planned, that I thought that we were going to do. I didn't want to miss out on those. And, you know, neither do I think that you should, ladies. You know, I want you to get excited about what is possible, excited about the future, and start believing that you can change the trajectory of your future by changing your mindset, by healing, by growing, and by, you know, having a plan and a structure to be able to move forward. So wherever you are, it's okay, you know, it's okay to be where you are. But from here, it's like drawing that line in the sand and saying, enough's enough. I'm going to start moving myself forward. I don't want to stay stuck. So once you make that mental shift, then you need to find, you know, a mentor, a source to be able to help you to move forward. And I think this is where it really helps to have an action orientated coach, because coaching is very different to therapy. Therapists like you to tell your story and, you know, that you keep reiterating where you're at. You've only got your level of thinking that's keeping you there. Whereas a coach is different. They want to move you forward. They want to give you solutions. They actually have input. They give you advice. So these are things that therapists don't do so much. So coaches actually are much more results driven and focused on getting you to where you want to be. So truth is, everyone's here. If you want to get there, you're going to have to do something differently to what you've been doing. So ladies, I want to encourage you to take that transitional journey and, you know, take a step by step. You need to grow your mind. You need to heal by adopting and applying your new level of thinking into your life. And then, you know, as you change, your life changes. You're going to attract other different people into your life. Positive attracts positive. Negative attracts negative. So if you don't want to, you know, be in a pit of fear and despair, you don't want to keep thinking the way that you might have been thinking, that there's no future, that there's no hope, that there's, you know, that fear of, can I move forward? Will I have enough? Will I be enough? Will anyone want me? You know, all those things hold you down. If you want to be that positive, proactive, proud woman who's out there living her best life, you can absolutely do that too. So ladies, I'd encourage you find your way, you choose what's right for you. But I know for me, I really wanted what I've got now. And I really are very proud of the fact that, you know, I've been able to create this new life. But it's not just me. We've now helped thousands of ladies do exactly the same. So if you're ready to reset, maybe come to one of our 3-day events. We've got them around Australia. Tickets are only $47. We subsidise the tickets, so everyone who wants to come can come. And, you know, start thinking about what could be possible for you, and don't let those negative thoughts hold you back. See you there.